all this talk about cold weather and winterlude, it's time to come on here in the kitchen and warm up with a nice fish pepper soup, I think, don't you?
I love it. It's a great idea.
And Doris joins us from Global Cuisine Catering. And Doris, welcome back to the show. First of all, it's great to see you as always.
It's a pleasure being here
and
again.
this is a pretty special soup, we understand.
Yes.
Share the story.
Well, this soup is from Nigeria. It's pepper soup, and you can make it with fish. Today we're going to make it with fish.
Okay.
We have our fish here, and you can make it with goat. That's goat meat, lamb, or beef. So whatever you have.
And you've gotten quite a bit of press on
Look
this
at this
soup.
big article in the Ottawa Citizen about
She's
you.
being humble. We're going to talk about her. We're going to talk about her. Look at this. This is this article in the Ottawa Citizen was about this soup, and as we understand it, once people found out about this, you sold out of the secret ingredients.
Yes, so what happened is that we made spice to go with it, because the spice, you can't find it here in Canada. So we decided to put it all together, and then we put it in a store so people could go there and buy it after reading it on the newspaper.
Right.
And it sold out within a week.
Wow.
So now we have it on our website.
Right?
It's a secret
secret recipe.
Yes, so
even Colonel Sanders doesn't know this recipe, as I understand it.
But you created it, right? You took the spices, original Nigerian spices, and created it.
However, we have a recipe here, but like any business, you have to keep on modifying and trying, you know, to see what's best for your customers.
But not the recipe for this,
it's
right?
Not, it's the same, almost the same recipe, but there's some variation. You can still get by with this, but if you're looking for the authentic, then you need to call us. So,
okay.
There you go.
So we're going to start by adding some spice in it. So that's I have about a cup of water.
Okay.
Yeah. And to make this, because you know you don't want to overcook the fish.
All right.
Actually, you can cook the sauce down, you know, by adding just onions, because we have all the ingredients here. So you cook it down for about 30 minutes until the broth is thick enough. So at the last minute, maybe 10 minutes, we can add the fish.
So we don't have to add any thickening agent or anything to it?
Just nothing. It's just like broth. What thickens it is the spice.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what
What kind of fish do you have there, Doris?
I have frozen salmon. Again, you can use fresh salmon. You know, anything, any fish at all.
Now, if I was using, let's say I was using goat or lamb or something like that, what's the difference? How would I do that?
The difference with goat or lamb is that you have to chop it, because normally, you know, we want it to be at a bite size, so that, you know, you don't have to do the work cutting it. So we cut it, you know, in a bite size. And then, so you start boiling it. Then you will put all your ingredients, everything all together. So you don't have to wait to boil down the broth for 30 minutes.
Add the goat meat.
Because goat is very tough. It's tough meat. So you can cook it for about an hour with all the ingredients. And again, all you're doing,
so kind of like a stew?
Basically, is you are trying to simmer it down for 30 minutes, and then again you taste it to see whether it's the consistency that you want.
Right.
Yeah, because, you know, like I say, it's usually tough. But with beef, it's not as tough as goat. And then lamb, again, lamb is very soft. So most of the time our customers, you know, ask for lamb because it's very tender.
So would you wait a little bit longer than if you were making beef or lamb? Would you wait a little bit longer then before you add it?
Oh, no. For you just start cooking everything.
Right at the top.
If it's lamb, you just put your spices, your water, your onions, everything, and then you cover it and then you simmer. And you can see the aroma coming out
already.
from there.
Oh,
then you simmer. But for fish, like I said, you just boil down the broth down, because you don't want it to be overcooked. You know, when you cook fish, it becomes very tough.
Gets a little chewy.
Yeah, exactly.
It cooks real quickly, doesn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have it cooking here.
So now, if people are interested in your famous secret spices here, how can they get their hands on some?
They can call us. What most people do is that, you know, they let us do the soup for them. They order, we do it for them, and then, we deliver it. But if they want to experiment with it, they can call us and then we can, ship it to them. So that's
okay.
Right now we're trying to put it on our website so that people can go there and see it and then order for it and, buy it. And I forgot to tell you too that I've added a cooking lesson.
Oh, terrific.
So people can, call in for cooking lessons.
Oh, great.
And then, so that's
Where do you give the lessons?
I give it at my home because it's a home business. It's a registered home business. So, and we can also go to clients' house. If they have a group, like we are working with the school now, so they want us to come to their school and teach them some authentic Nigerian dishes. So that's what we are working
That's
for.
great. Hey, you want to know the easiest way to get this spice?
Yeah, just put it in your pocket.
See you later.
I was thinking that too as I added there. I really could just.
One that is,
oh, look at that.
Nice.
Cooked.
Through the magic of television, it's done.
So
And this looks like such a healthy meal.
it's very good, especially for the winter season. In Nigeria, this is the time that most people eat it because of the cold weather from December to January. We have the Harmattan. It's very, very chilly. It's not as cold as we have here, but it's really, really cold. And this really helps for that.
Sit back and give this a little try. Look at this, isn't this cute?
Oh, look at these. Aren't they gorgeous, little birdies?
All I have here is just a tiny bit of
oh, it's not salt and
paprika.
pepper, a little paprika.
Yeah, but you can put anything.
Is this cayenne?
Yeah, that's a little salt, but you don't,
There we
we
go.
just use this to decorate it. Yeah.
Well, Doris, as always, it's such a pleasure to have you with us on the show. Thank you for coming and sharing the recipe. Derek and I are going to dive into this, I think, as we wrap things up. And in the meantime, stay tuned for the details of today's giveaway. Thanks again, Doris. It's great to see you.
Great job, Doris.